Okay, you guys, so try to hang in there, try to watch all the way till the end. I actually will share with you guys how I found this this horrific flip deals that I got under that I did. All right, you guys. And also too, is you guys, I really apologize for the quality of the video. I record everything straight from my iPhone. I'm not good at editing or anything like that, and I didn't want to redo the whole video just because time-wise, you know, obviously I don't have a lot of times to put onto these videos. So I apologize for that, but try to stick till it's a crazy story, long story, but try to stick all the way to the end. I actually share with you guys how I found the deal. All right. Good morning, you guys. Welcome to my channel, Wholesale to Million. My name is Khang. So today I want to share with you guys a quick story on my horrific fix and flip. So one of the subscriber have asked me to share my story on the nightmare. So here goes. So when I first started out, as you guys, if you guys are following my channel, you guys know that I got into real estate about 5 years ago. Okay, you guys, sorry about for the incoming call. But anyways, so if you guys follow my channel, you guys who know, my wife and I got into the whole fix and flip 5 years ago. So back in 2012 or so. And so we got into whole fix and flip instead of wholesaling. It's because at that time, you guys, when we first got in, you know, I was actually looking down, and, you know, I just want to be upfront and honest with you. I was looking down at the whole wholesaling because, you know, I was like, well, you know what, wholesaler only makes like a couple $1,000, $5,000 or $10,000. And if you flip a property, you're making, you know, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, right? Plus or minus, whatever. And so I was kind of looking down at wholesaler. I figured that, you know, wholesaler doesn't make that good of a money. Fix and flip is probably where you make a lot of your money, and then you work your way up, right? So you start out as a wholesaler, then you go fix and flip, then you go to build, new construction, development, etc., etc. So that was kind of my whole mindset. So anyway, so I got my mentor. My mentor is all about fix and flip. He doesn't do wholesale, he does fix and flip. And oh my gosh, so my first project went really well, but I want to tell you guys that I didn't lose any money on my fix and flip. We bought it at the right price, so we all came out making money on it. Oh gosh, you guys, it's a crazy ride. So anyway, so my first fix and flip, we bought it. I shared with you guys already. We bought that through an agent. The property was listed and had been on the market for a very long time. At that time, no one really buying properties, right? Back in 2012 or so, nobody's really buying, right? So anyways, for some reason, this property, for this property, it was seemed at a decent price, but it had been on the market for a very long time, and they were asking about $83,000 for it. And at that time, like I'm sharing with you guys, I know nothing about real estate, but everybody tells me if your offer doesn't make you cringe, doesn't make you like, oh, doesn't make you feel like, oh my gosh, they're gonna yell at me, then your offer's not low enough, right? So anyway, I came in half off. I came in at $40-some thousand, and the agents call me back, and agents like, well, Khang, I mean, are you serious about buying? I mean, these guys, they're motivated to sell, but 40-something thousand is just ridiculous, right? He said, you want to make a more reasonable offer? I said, well, I can go up to like 50,000. Why don't you tell your seller if they would consider that, or maybe they want to counter that? And he said, okay. So we went back and forth, right? So we ended at 63,000. And we got a GC. So I want to let you guys know, I know nothing about construction. I didn't know anything about repair, fixing, the cost, nothing, all right? What really got me to do my first deal was my mentor giving me that little push, that confident, and that's what I was lack of, is confident to pull the trigger, knowing that I'm doing the right thing, right? Knowing that I'm not going to lose money, I'm not going to, right? Because he said, hey, Khang, the numbers seems to make sense. The worst come to worst, you're going to break even. But you know what? Worst come to worst, you're going to break even. But you got to do that first deal to get yourself out of that zone. All right? To get yourself out of that zone so you can move on and do more deals. So anyways, I ran it a number. I didn't, I was scared, but I believe in him that he knew what he was doing. He'd been in the business for a very long time, very successful. He flips, over you know, over 100 properties a year. So anyways, pulled the trigger. I pulled the trigger on it, and we came to an agreement at 63,000. Went in, got a GC, hired out. I was over visiting with my mentor, and I was learning while that project is getting done, right? And you know, the time frame took a lot longer. Instead of we were thinking about going in and out of there within 2-3 months. It ended up to be about 4 to 5 months. Finish it, right? It went about $7,000 to $10,000 over budget. And anyway, we popped that property on the market within 10 days. Got full price offer at $169,900. And minus all the realtor commissions and the closing costs and the fee, we walk away with $50,000. I split that with my mentor, 20 half, so 50-50, right? For him to mentor. And so 25 goes to him, 25 goes to me. I said, dang, this business is awesome, right? I didn't have to do anything, and it got done, and I made a lot of money, right? At the time I was, you know, I was comparing it to how much I was making in a year. I was making $30,000 a year, and now I can do it and make it within like, 4 to 5 months. So I was excited, I was pumped, and my mentor said, Khang, you got to take massive action. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So went out there, start calling, doing the, I didn't do a whole lot of marketing like I do now because my budget was a lot smaller. So I did a lot of free stuff, calling Craigslist for sell by owners, calling all the local realtor. That's what I did the most, you guys. I was calling so much realtor in the area that that all of them knew me. Oh my God, it's Khang. He buying it for low, for really cheap, you know. But I want to set the reputation that I'm gonna close on these deals. When I make the offer, I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna close on it, right? So, anyways, my next deal came from another agent. You guys, this is my second flip, and this one was the scariest. This one puts me in nightmare, and I do not wish this upon anybody. I've lost 4 nights of sleep, and it was in that, this flips puts me in that nightmare mode. It was so scary that I lost 4 nights of sleep, and every single day I wake up, it seems like my stomach is upside down. I didn't have any motivations to do anything. It's like shut me in the closet. Come on, just let this be. Just let this be over with. You guys, it was a terrifying feeling ever. And at the same time, I was working on another flip. So I was doing 2 flips at the same time. This one has a foundation issue, and the other one was a burned house. Right? Was a burned house. Oh my gosh, you guys. The burned house was the burnt house. Let me share with you guys that later, but let me share with you guys, this is the project that you guys, that scarred me, and that got me so scared, and so stressful. So we bought the piece of property. It was like a 600 square feet single family home in a good, in a decent area, here where we are. And the resale price was in that $240,000, $250,000. We picked it up for $75,000. We picked it up for the value of the land, all right? $75,000. Or we figure that this property will probably end up putting like $70,000 into it. So I was sitting at $140,000, and I'll probably be able to list it at $240,000 or $250,000. So it was supposed to be a really, really, really good profit, all right? Like a home run project. Oh man, you guys. After a couple months in, I was going in there. We needed to add more square footage to get it to that price, right? That $70,000 was within the budget where we're gonna raise the house up. We're gonna dig down. We're gonna dig down. We're gonna pour the foundation. So we're gonna make it so the ceiling height of the basement is tall enough, over 7 feet, to meet the requirement. You guys, this is crazy. So when I first started, I didn't know anything, and I was just taking action, right? Taking action. When I run into a wall, then I go and find the answer. You guys, I didn't pull a permit on this. So basically, I started, didn't pull the permit. I did this without even consulting with my with my mentor. I got the deal, went in there, kind of got just start getting going, right? Because he was very busy. So at the time he's very busy, so I couldn't connect with him to ask the question. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the trigger. I'm not gonna sit around and wait to get answered. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Oh my gosh, you guys. So anyways, I was staying cheap. I was staying cheap. I didn't hire, I was staying cheap. I didn't want to hire any a legit professional company that's licensed and bonded. I was thinking, hey, you know what? This contractor, he said he's a GC. He done a lot of project. He should be able to do this. I said, hey, can you do this? He said, yes, I can go ahead and raise the house and dig down and pour foundation for you. Oh my God, it was the worst decision ever, you guys. So let me share with you. At the time, so the whole upstairs completely done, right? The whole upstairs completely done. Now we're just working on the bottom floor, the basement. Oh my gosh, you guys. And at the time, it was kind of a winter time. It's in that raining season. Literally, one day I came out and that house was sitting on 4 posts. You guys, that house is sitting on 4 posts, and on the bottom, 4 posts, like 4 4x4 posts. And on the bottom, it was all muddy. It was all muddy. It was all muddy. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Oh, hold on a second. It was all muddy, and literally, oh my gosh. And then it was just crazy. And within that week or so, for some reason, I'm not sure what it was, but I had in contact with my mentor. He was going to flew out. He came out and he saw. He's like, Khang, this is a mess. You're going to get in big trouble with the city if they find out. You're going to get a big fine. They're going to put they're going to flag this, to put a red tag on this, where you're not going to be able to do any more construction. You have to now hire a structural engineer to come in to do the whole thing. And Khang, this is going to be a big issue. You guys, at the time, I was shaking. You know, we already had a lot of our money stuck into this. We're already at, we already went over budget. We already spent the $70,000, and I was sitting at 140, and the house is still like maybe half done, right? And potentially it can collapse. You guys, it was shaking. You guys, I was so scared. I was shaking right when I heard that. I was just shaking because I was so scared because of the unknown. I just don't know what's going to happen, right? It's because it's the unknown. You guys, I was so scared. I was praying every single day when I wake up. I was praying, God, please stop the rain. Stop the rain. Let the guy just finish this, right? You guys, the guy that poured the foundation, it just get worse and worse and worse. The guy came in and poured the foundation. He didn't even know what he was doing. He poured the foundation, and he was using plywood. You guys, I don't even know how to describe. He was using plywood, and then he called one of those cement trucks. They dumped the cement, and it blew out. So the foundation now, instead of, you know, regular straight, it was like this. It was like, it's like it's pregnant. So, oh my gosh, you guys. Anyway, so the foundation got done. It was done poorly, but it got done. The house, it's now, instead of the regular, it's thicker, but it's bulky. Oh, so the house is safe. And now we're starting the framing in the basement, okay? We start framing in the basement. And you guys, I was so happy when that was got done. I thought everything was done. I was so excited. I said, you know what? At least, you know, maybe we'll come out and break even and not lose money. You guys, I was so scared. So I'm sorry for another incoming call. I'm going to try to make this story short. But anyways, we finished the base, you know, we finished this basement, and it took us 7 to 8 months, got the house completely done. You guys, this is a 1,200 square feet house. It took me 8 or 9 months to finish it. Not good, right? And at the time, I was making payments, all kinds of stuff, right? And I was running another project, so it was just crazy. Anyways, they got done. It was great. You know, I think we're all in it right now at 200 or so, all in. And we listed after 240, got full price after all the realtor fees and commission. I think we might be, no, we listed at 250, and I was going to walk away with making about $20,000 or so on it. I'm not quite sure. I don't have a calculator, but minus all the commission, I was supposed to walk away with $20,000 or so. You guys, got full price offer within 6 days. And guess what happened?
On the day of inspection, the seller walked through. They really liked the outcome. They really liked the remodel. And this is, I think we're already at 9 to 10 months in already. And on the inspection day, it rained. Guess what happened? You guys, the basement flood. Oh my God, the basement flood. You guys, I did everything wrong on this deal. The basement flood, so the buyer came back and said, nope, you know what? That issue needed to be fixed before we can move forward. So I said, yeah, no problem. We'll take care of it. We'll put it in the French drain. I didn't even know at the time what a French drain is. I didn't know. So anyways, but my realtor said, Khang, you need to put in a French drain. So I Googled it up, French drain, YouTube it, boom. Okay, I think I know what it is. Hire some contractor to come out there saying, hey, I need a French drain to get all this water out. He said he got it. You guys, they went out there and they did that, and then the buyer show up and the buyer's like, what are you guys doing? Oh my gosh, you guys. So I was going cheap on everything, right? I was going cheap on everything. I hired these guys. They didn't even know what they're doing, you guys. So the buyer came out. The buyer saw it and was very unhappy, and they were worried. So they're like, nope, they're going to pull out. Lost that deal, put in the French drain, seal it up, cost me more money. Put it on the market again. Anyway, for the second time, it flooded again. It flood again, and then the third time it flood again, right? With second buyer, third buyer, flood again. You guys, it was the price just reduced. Now we're over a year on this project. And anyways, we finally got another buyer came in, but and then we stopped the flooding. We put in, I don't know how many French drain and how many other things we had to do to actually secure and stop the flooding. Anyways, now this is the issue. The buyer came in and then they say, hey, is there an electrical permit for this? They said, we're not going to buy it. There's going to be an issue. We're not going to buy it unless there's an electrical permit being pulled. You guys, I didn't pull no permit, no electrical, no plumbing. I didn't pull any permit, you guys. Oh my gosh. So anyway, at this time, I just really had it. And this is what scares me the most, you guys. They said, so basically they came out and the buyer came out, looked at it and said, hey, you guys need to have this property inspected. So they started to call the city. Oh my gosh, they started to call the city. The city was going to plan to come out and look at the property and see what's being done to it. Oh, you guys, oh my gosh. My stomach was just going, ugh. And then my mentor said, Khang, well, you need to get an electrician come out there, look at this, so they can pass it for you. Oh my gosh. And you guys, I was so scared. I was afraid to call the electricians because he finds out there's no permit. It's just a lot. It was just crazy. It's gonna blow up. They're gonna flag tag the property. I can't sell the property. I cannot move forward. And now we got all the money stuck there, and we can't do anything. And at the time, I needed to sell the property. Oh my gosh. I needed to sell the property so I can have that money to put into the other rehab, because the other rehab was also on a hold, and I was making mortgage payment on this, that. Okay. It was just crazy. So anyways, the electrician went out, and I told him exactly what I needed done. I said, hey, I have no permit on this, but I just want to get a sticker, on this electrical, and letting it know that it's all good, it's all wired correctly, and it's a 200 amp, it's been upgraded. Could you please do that without going through the city and all that and causing an issue? You guys, he said, Khang, I'll go out there and take a look at it and I'll get back to you, but it might be a big issue. You guys, he went out there and he came back the next day, and he said, Khang, let me run some things I want to find out, and I want to do this correctly. I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want you to get in trouble. You guys, within that 2 days, I was just going around and my hands just shaking. I didn't want to eat, drinks, anything, right? So basically, I could, potentially, it's going to cost me a big issue. Big issue. I can't sell it. I can't pull the money out. I got to go through the whole process. And then they might, they told me that they might cut open walls to now look at all the electrical, all the plumbing, make sure it's done so the whole house can be stripped back to the stud again. Oh my gosh. So I was so worried, you guys. Anyways, the electrician 3 days later say, Khang, I got good news for you, that they are okay with me looking at the panel, looking at everything without cutting anything open, and able to pass. You guys, it was the feeling, the relief, it was just so amazing. Just so amazing. I pray every single day, and I guess God answered my prayer. But anyways, you guys, that project got me so terrified that I was so scared that I said, hey, from that on, I'm going to use a licensed and bonded. I'm not going to try to go around the corner and take shortcuts and anything like that. I'm going to make sure everything is done by the rules. And then another project, at the time I'm working on another project, the house was burnt. You know, we redid the roof. We ran into a whole bunch of issues, guys, etc. So anyways, after that project, it was another project. I was really bad at managing. I was really bad at managing contractor and running project, you guys. Even when I was working with GC, you know, the project always go over budget, and the time frame was always so much more than what's expected. It was because of me. I wasn't good at running project, and I didn't have a good project manager. I was kind of a one-man show, running it all myself. Even when I was working with GC, right? I was working with the GC where I talked to one person, he subbed it out. I stopped the subbing, but I was still not good at it. All the contract I seems to always over-promise and under-deliver with me. All right, you guys? And they always come and ask for pay and ask for pay and ask for pay, and I always write them a check without knowing and without going out there confirming it. And even a lot of time I go out there to look at the stuff, I didn't know if it's done right or not, right? Because of my lack of experience. But anyways, I forgot to tell you guys the profit that we make from that one. With the whole foundation issue, we end up making about $10,000 on that one. The burn house, we end up making $100,000 on that one. But you guys, it took me so long. The burn house took me almost a year to get done. That foundation house took me over a year to fix it, pop it. So anyways, after that, it's, you know, my lifestyle was terrible. I didn't have enough time with the wife. I was working, you know, 14, 15, 16 hours a day, waking up 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, meeting contract at Home Depot, and was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off, right? Every single day I was running around Home Depot, and it was just, you guys, even though I didn't do any of the work, I was subbing everything out. But dealing with contractor and GC or the whole construction, I was just not good at it, right? I was just not me. I'm just not good at it. And it wasn't the lifestyle that I was looking for. And then until I got into wholesaling, it just changed my whole world, right? It just changed my whole world. I can make so much profit with less time, right? Maybe even the profit was a little bit less, but I can do it in less amount of time. And that's what changed the whole game. That's what got me from say, you know what, this is not the lifestyle I want. I don't want the whole fix and flip. This is what I want to do. I don't have any risk. I can tie as much property up as I want. I can have 10 property under contract and have no, you know, have barely any money in it, which means earnest money, right? A lot of times I can put $500 or $200 or $100 or $50 earnest money, right? So I can tie as much property up as I want, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 property if I wanted to, right? And then all I do is just find buyers and then just sell these property. I don't have to risk my, you know, I don't have to mess around with fixing the property up. I don't have to mess around with going and raise money, right? Bank money or private or hard money lender to do this. I don't have to deal with contractor or anything like that. You guys, the whole world, my game changes. I just cut off my whole fix and flip and just focus fully on wholesaling. And here we are now, doing over 100,000 a month just wholesaling, and we do it virtually. Right now we're in 3 different markets, and we're looking to pick up another market to start wholesaling. And then our goal for next year, I'll share with you guys in the next video of my goals for 2018. But anyways, you guys, that's what we're doing now is fully, that's all we do is virtually wholesale. And we take all that money and we dump it into buying rental properties for long-term cash flow. And for long-term cash flow, on the rental properties. So anyways, you guys, that's it. That's my story. That's my crazy fix and flip story. I hope I didn't just go on on this, but anyways, you guys, that's it. That's the story, and that's why I went from fix and flip to now just virtually wholesaling. And I love wholesaling, you guys. There's absolutely no risk. You don't have to put up your own money. You don't need good credit. You don't need any construction background. You don't need no license, no business license. For starter, you don't need a business license, right? You can just take ownership. You can just put it on a contract in your name and assign it to another. And then once you build up, then you can go get your business license, etc. All right, you guys. Well, that's it, you guys. That's it for today. For those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel and want to learn more about wholesaling houses, you guys hit that subscribe button. Let me share and show you how to do it. You guys, one thing about wholesaling, you guys, it takes one good deal. Listen, it takes one good deal to turn your whole financial situation around. It only takes one good deal, because from one deal, we have made 40, 50, over $100,000 on just one deal, you guys. So if wherever you guys are at right now, whatever situation you guys are in, just put that in your head and have that be the spark plugs, have that be the fire within you, just saying, hey, one deal, I can change the table, I can flip the table around. One wholesale deal, you guys. One good one. All right? Anyways, you guys, that's it. For everyone that have subscribed to my channel, you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, you guys. And if you guys like this video, if this video add any kind of value to you, or it makes you laugh or whatever it is, don't be shy. Smash that thumbs up for me. Drop me a comment, you guys. Let me know what you guys think about the story or any story you guys have. Please comment below. Please share. And as always, you guys, take care. I'll see you guys next one. Bye. Okay, you guys. So throughout the whole thing that I was going through when I doing the fix and flip, and that major house, that foundation issue that caused me the biggest problem, you guys, what really tore me apart the most was I felt like I've let my wife down. You know, I felt like I let my wife down because I felt like I make so much wrong decisions that puts us in a financial situation. You know, we were stretching at the time. We were just stretching really thin. We were working on a couple of projects, and you know, she wasn't already. You know, our lifestyle was just crazy, and you know, and I was just working too much. And not just that, but if anything goes wrong, if we couldn't sell that house, there would have been a major issue, right? A major issue. All of our funds are tied up. We need that house to sell, to get sold, to close on it, so we can get all that cash back to finish all the other project. And that's what kind of tore me apart, because I felt like I've let my wife down, you know. And that was the biggest thing. It was so hard for me to tell her what was going on. I was kind of hide a lot of the stuff away from her, because it was so hard for me to tell her what we were going through. And I know she felt it, but I didn't want to share with her exactly what was going on. You know, because to see her sad and to see her unhappy, that's the biggest thing to me. Is, you know, I want to be there to do everything I can to make her dreams come true. So that's, you know, and to keep her happy, right? Because when we got together, that's kind of what I promised. I said, whatever your dream is, I want to be there to help you achieve your dreams. And a lot of times my mentor asked me, so Khang, what's your reason? What is the reason why that you get up and every single day you're out there, you're hustling, and you just keep on going and keep grinding? And I said, that's the reason why. I said, because I have a wife that have a really big dreams and really big goals. So I got to go out there and I got to make it happen, right? I got to make it happen. So anyways, you guys, and yeah, so I just want to share with you guys that. And for those of you who's looking, you know, who's looking into fix and flip, I'm not saying, you know, I'm just saying explore the options of wholesaling and see how that worked for you. All right. And if you are gonna do fix and flip, maybe do one project and then slowly and then slowly, you know, get a team built, and then build your foundation, and then slowly get into another one. But don't try to go too quick, and it's going to cost you an issue if you run into a problem. All right. So, anyways, you guys, long story. Just want to cut it off right now. I just want to tell you guys that really quickly, and I wanted to share with you guys. That's what tore me apart so bad, because I felt like I didn't keep my promise with my wife, and that's why. All right. So, anyways, you guys, look into wholesaling, explore wholesaling. And if you guys are doing fix and flip, and if you're having issue like me, if you feel like, man, your whole life is consumed by this, and you're out there doing projects, and you tired of dealing with contractor, GC, BC, DC, I don't care what it is, but you're tired of that lifestyle, and project is just going wrong, and you're not, and you don't have that lifestyle like you truly want it, and why you got into real estate in the first place, you guys, look into wholesaling, explore it, open your mind, explore wholesaling, and I promise you, once you do your first wholesale deal, you're not going to want to go back to the whole fix and flip. If you're having trouble with it already, if you're struggling and having trouble with it, like you're making money, but you having to put so much time, effort, and energy into these projects, and you're just not liking your lifestyle, explore wholesaling, and I promise you, it'll change you, okay? Anyways, you guys, let's cut it off. Take care. Okay, I actually forgot this, and I think you guys would appreciate if I tell you guys how I got those deals, right? So the one that the house that has the foundation issue, I actually called the realtor, chat with her, and at this time I didn't know. I just call a bunch of realtor, right? I just call a bunch of realtor. Telling them, hey, hi, my name is Khang. I'm looking to buy some properties in the area. We can pay cash, close it quickly. Willing to buy it as is. We're looking, for those fixer-upper kind of thing. And this agent literally tell me, hey, yeah, I might have a piece of property that one of my friend is looking to sell because her husband has just recently passed away. And they were going to go in and fix the property up, but they're not going to do it. So if you're interested, why don't you go take a look at it? And she said the property is very, very crappy. She said the property is really crappy. It's probably a tear down and rebuilt. I love it. When I first started, I love it when agents tell me it's a rebuilt, because the majority of the time you can save the property, right? You can fix it up and you can save it. Sometimes it needs a whole strip down to the stud. And then start over, right? So you don't have to completely tear down and build new. So, I love it when agents say that, because a lot of time to them, something like if it looks crappy, they automatically think it's a tear down. So, anyways, I said, yeah, I would love to. Went out there, look at the house. Man, it was completely stripped down to the stud. No flooring, no nothing, no kitchen, no bathroom, no electrical wire, no plumbing. It was just a shell, right? Just a shell. I said, perfect. This is perfect for me to start from scratch, right? I don't have to rip any walls up. So this is perfect. So anyways, I asked her, so I said, how much is the seller looking to get? And she's like, I think she's looking to get like 80 or so. I said, well, you think she would consider like 75? She said, I don't know. I can ask her, but we have other buyers as well, Khang. You're the first one that I talk to, and you're the first one that I tell you about this deal. But I do have other buyers like yourself that can pay cash and that are looking for project. I said, Don, what does it take for us to do a deal right now? I'm interested in this. I also put an offer on other property as well. So I'm putting out there the fear of loss, right? Telling her that she might lose me if she's not going to do this deal, because I might accept another deal from another offer that I put in. So that's what so that's what I was telling her, that, hey, I put offer in, multiple other properties, But obviously my whole thing is, I'm not going to sit around and wait for other property to be accepted. Whichever one that I can do a deal with, that's the one that I'm going to buy. And I have funds right now to do one more deal. That's what I told her. I have funds right now to do one more project. So can we make this happen? I said, Don, at 75, the house is a tear down. It's really, I'm just, I'm making her an offer, a fair offer that I'm just pretty much just paying for the land. And I said, Don, can you make this work? I'm ready. So I said, I'm ready. I'm ready to get this done. She said, Khang, why don't you give me a day or so? I'm gonna call my friend and chat with her, and I'll get back to you. All right? I said, Don, can you get back to me the next day? Literally the next day, she calls me back. She said, Khang, I'm not quite sure. My friend is debating and she wants some other people to look at. I said, Don, are you at your office? She said, yes. I said, give me 5 minutes. I head down to her office. I pull out the checkbook. I wrote her 20,000 non-refundable, right? 20,000 non-refundable. I said, here you go, Don, 20,000 non-refundable. And I understand that you guys think at this time, maybe because you have the funds to be able to do that, but what if I don't have the funds to do that? Well, you guys, get private money or hard money, get people. If you don't, partner, right? So I'm just sharing with you my story, but I definitely don't recommend getting into fix and flip. All right, you guys, but if you guys want to do it, not a problem. Get private, get hard money, have funds available and ready to be able to pull the trigger. So, and that's how I made this deal happen. I went there and I said, hey, Don, here's 20,000 non-refundable. I can close this thing in 7 days. Let's get this wrapped up and let's get this done right now. Right now, Don. And really, I was just really pushy. I was just like, let's get this done, right? I said, let's get this done. And then we can move on and do more deals together, Don. Let's do this. You don't have to go out there and show it to other buyers. You got to buy right now in front of you, ready to go. She said, Khang, if you can do that, I'll meet my friend. She's at, she's actually at an appointment right now, but I'll go there and I'll meet up with her right when she get after. I'll get this thing signed. Done. Wrote her check, got it, locked that thing up. And it turned out to be a nightmare. Right? Sometimes what you want the most turn out to be like the worst, right? So anyways, that one, and then how I pick up the firehouse, the burn house. It was listed on the MLS, and at the time I was coming home from California. And then at the time, so I was constantly looking at the market, right? I was constantly looking at the market, checking things out, see what's on the market. It was the first day that was on the market, and it listed for $80,000. You guys, the property all fixed up. It's probably worth at the time we estimated it's going to be around $350 or so, right? And it was listed for $90,000. So anyways, I called the agent. It was too late for me to call the agent up. It was got to be like 11 o'clock at night. It was too late for me to call him. So the next morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, I drove out to the property, and literally there was 5 other investors that was there. And you guys, at this time, I still have no experience. Well, I have a little bit more experience than when I first got in, right? So my whole thing was going in here, hey Khang, just look at all the wood and make sure that structurally it looks good. You guys, literally, it was pitch dark. The smoke burned part of the house, but the smoke just took over the entire house. So all the drywall was pitch black, was just black. Well, I don't know, man. I just went in there and I just look at it and I just scoop around, look at all the stud, and it looks good. And part of the roof was burnt, but everything else, I guess to me at that time, it just seemed just fine. And I said, hey, worst case, I'm buying this at a value of a piece of land. So anyways, I called the agents up. I said, hey, I want to put an offer on this. I want to put an offer of $80,000 cash, close in 5 days. He said, well, Khang, I have other offer came in, and it's much higher than yours, right? It's much higher than yours. I'm waiting for another come in. Another offer is going to come in at about 125. I don't think 80 is going to work. I said, Jim, what is it going to take for us to close this deal together? For us to do this deal together? He said, well, I don't know. You have to come in much higher than that, or at asking. I said, Jim, are you at your office right now? He said, yes. I said, Jim, if I can go there right now and give you a non-refundable and can close in 5 days and give the seller their full asking price, can we make this work? Like I said, I need your commitment. Can you make this work? I'll be over there in 5 minutes and let's get this thing wrapped up. And he said, well, Khang, let's sit down and talk, and let's see if we can make this work. I come there, I pull out the checkbook. I said, I wrote a check for $10,000 non-refundable. I said, Jim, here you go. Let's get this thing closed. I said, if I'm going to give you this non-refundable, I need you to let me know right now that you're going to close this deal. All right, that we're going to get this deal done. He said, done. You got it. So he literally, like, when I signed the check, I signed the purchase and sale agreement with him. He drove to, he called the seller. The seller was at a dentist's office, and he waited outside for the seller to finish with her appointment, came out, got it signed, called me back and said, Khang, we're done. Got it. So that's how I pick up that deal. And that deal came out to be a good deal. But we went through a bunch of drama on that deal, and it took us almost a year or so to get that property done. But we ended up making $100,000 on it. But anyways, you guys, that's it. I thought that you guys would like it if I kind of share with you guys how I got the deal. So there it is. Bye.